My name is Sarah Simmons. It's awesome to see you guys here. I invite you to turn your cameras on. This is going to be a really interactive session together. Now, this is for you if you are a founder with a mission to make our world a better place through the business, consultancy, organization that you have built. This is for you if you're like, God, Sarah, will someone just give me a simple roadmap, a simple system to scale? The next 60 minutes is going to look like. I'm going to be sharing 5 virtually unknown secrets for mission-driven founders, how you can actually scale your business in a very simple way using a virtually unheard of system, buyer psychology. Now, this system is helping founders add anywhere from $200K to $2 million in additional sales revenue in 12 months. So let's dive in, whether you're joining us from LinkedIn, from IG, from YouTube. I have one mission, and my mission is helping founders who want to make an impact stop wasting their time and do that. I am here for you. That is the sole purpose why I do what I do. I believe we've also got even one of our members who's joined us, Melissa. Hi. So Melissa knows that too. Like, what I care about is helping you guys achieve the impact you dream of. So let's dive in. Let's go into what you're getting today. Ask ChatGPT, and this isn't particularly strategy. Well, it is strategy, but it's much deeper than that. What I'm giving you is a 5-step proven playbook that you can implement and start implementing straight away and in the next 30 system. Now, this is helping founders who really care about making an impact, as I shared with you, actually go from kind of stuck, like, you know, it's such an honor and a pleasure to be with you. So welcoming Melissa, Tatiana, Steve, Lana, Maria, Marie, Melissa, Marie again, and Brewster. And I don't know your name, VR Small. We've got Z and we've got Nikki Starrett. Really, really, really great to welcome you. And everybody on LinkedIn and YouTube and IG welcoming you too. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to be talking about the way to get any buyer to notice you and buy from you quickly, efficiently, and organically. Now, that way is by transforming yourself as a founder and your business into what I call a category of one business. Now, you might have heard the term, you know, from a positioning point of view. What I'm talking about today is something much deeper. Category of one business means aligning every single part of your business and you as a founder to be a category of buyers understand and get you within 5 seconds, right? And how we're going to do that and share with you to do that is through one simple in-house growth system that you can own forever, okay? So here's the deal. I'm not here to sell you anything in this masterclass. Caveat, some of you are going to want to take action after this masterclass, and I will be opening up a booking link at the end. There are 5 slots available for one-to-one calls with me personally. The rest are with my strategy team. So let's dive in. And let's get clear. Unless you are established already as the number one in your niche, the pressure of standing out to buyers has increased, and it's increasing every day. And I'm going to share with you exactly why. Because basically, there are more and more competitors in every single niche out there. Because as we have AI, it means that to build a business is easier, and people's livelihoods are changing. So there's more and more entrepreneurs than ever before in every single niche. So that means that the time to build legacy is decreasing. And my question to you is, what are you doing about it? Are you taking matters into your own hands, trying to figure out what buyers value about you? That's smart, but it's risky. And I know that because everything I'm sharing with you today, I know because I'm an impact entrepreneur too, and have been since 2006. And I'll be sharing more of my story with you later. So taking new things into your own hands, smart but risky. Or are you implementing many growth systems and just like, you've got everything around you, everything is complicated and you can't see the wood for the trees? Because here's the thing, there are many growth systems out there promising big profits, but they also bring bigger risks. They bring large recurring investments of overhead, complexity, and who knows if they're actually going to pay off. And all we do is spend money and money and money and then, hire one great person after another and the results haven't come. And I'm going to explain to you why. Now, there's also a choice, a different choice. What if you had a proven roadmap that wasn't cookie cutter, that was personalized for you, that helped you see how buyers buy from you consistently at the end of it? What if you could have one simple system in-house you own to understand and know what buyers value the most about you so you can scale as a category of one business? And category of one, you stand out. That somebody looks at your LinkedIn, they look at your website, they hear you speak, they hear you on a call, and they say, yes, you are the number one business for me. That's what category of one means. Instead of having to second guess and keep living in confusion and overwhelm, trying to implement more and more complicated systems, taking on more and more recurring overhead, and waiting for years to make them. I care that you each have missions. I know that you guys, Marie, Steve, Lana, Melissa, Marie, have amazing, and everybody here have amazing missions to share with the world. And I know that you don't have time to waste. So what if you can have one simple system you own to build category of one growth, right? So that, you're not competing with 5 or 500 other businesses. You are the only one. You receive all the benefits without risk, that those benefits including category of one leadership, 200K to 2 million in additional revenue, create impact and legacy in months, not years. I did our Q&A with our clients and our members yesterday. We do that every week. And to hear the impact that everybody's making, like before they came to this very masterclass that you're on, you have the tools to cut through the noise as a category of one, your impact changes. So the real question is it possible to take very little risk, yet still create life-changing, sustainable wealth and impact quickly? So here are some of our amazing, amazing members. We've had Carol, who's gone from like an amazing, responsible, fabulous business, but overlooked by buyers, to now she had to cancel her meeting, her one-to-one with me the other day because she's so successful, having consistent 200K sellout launches. Her growth is compounding. Long time of Carol's to be able to scale to 8 figures. We've got Marie and Jason, whose story I'm going to share later, whose profit increased 30% through using this system. We've got Joe, who was able to build additional sales of 2 million in revenue in months, not years. Believe it, this year versus last year, I actually have a plan. I know some growth. And we've got Paula, who used this system and had a brilliant, successful exit from burnout to a successful exit in 12 months. So my promise to you is I will give you more information and insights on what buyers actually want to you for free in this masterclass than most people ever give. And I invite you guys again to, as we go through, if there's any clarifying questions you want to ask me in the chat. I love to answer your questions live. And we're also going to save 5 to 10 minutes at the end for a live Q&A. Connect, do engage, because I'm here live with you. This isn't recorded. This is an opportunity to connect and really think about the questions you have about your challenges. As I said, I am here for you. Okay, so I do this, as my members know, because my mission is for you to make the impact you dream of. And I do that because, as I said, I am an impact entrepreneur myself and know how hard it is to innovate a product, a service, an organization that, you're innovating something new. And when you're innovating something new, it's complicated and you need help to simplify it. And that's what this process does. So let's start with some founder truths. You can put a thumbs up if you connect with what I'm sharing. You can quietly go like, yes, Sarah, I hear you. Sarah, I'm brilliant at what I do, but I feel invisible to buyers. I'm frustrated. Founders with worse offers are making 10 times more money than me. I've hired agencies, coaches, experts, spent thousands and thousands and thousands, and I'm still not scaling. I feel depleted and a bit ashamed. I quit my job to make a difference, and now I'm working harder than ever and earning less. I hear you. As Warren Buffett famously, right? And Marie, thank you for sharing. You are brilliant. I know you are, right? And Warren Buffett famously shared, it doesn't matter how hard you row, just the boat you're in. And myself as a mission-driven founder, it took over a decade to know and understand the roadmap that I'm sharing with you today. How, the boats out there, they don't necessarily help us scale in the simplest way possible. Today, we'll unlock why now is the moment if you have a mission to scale, because the world wants you. And this hasn't always been the case for mission-driven businesses. Now is the single biggest opportunity of all time to scale a mission-led business. And I'm going to share exactly why and why this opportunity window is also closing. Now, by the end of this masterclass, you're going to have discovered the buyer psychology system that's quietly empowering mission-driven founders to become category of one leaders in months, not years, and impact thousands of people. Why today is the greatest opportunity of all time for mission-driven founders to build sustainable growth, wealth, and impact and legacy. And you will have unlocked the in-house consistent growth method, enabling founders just like you to add hundreds of thousands in revenue to their business and for them to build a team that scales without them. By the end of this masterclass, you will know and understand the exact 5 steps you can follow to go from being overlooked by buyers to a category of one leader in your niche. And you'll hear real stories of mission-driven founders ditching complicated funnels and systems to build one simple in-house system to grow their impact quickly and efficiently. Sound good, everyone? A good return on your time? Yeah? Awesome. Give me a thumbs up. Happy to see you. Great. Cool. So first, who is Sarah Simmons that you are spending your precious time with today? I was a buyer working for billion-dollar retailers who was depressed. Why? Because I controlled $100 million buying budgets for those retailers. And my job was to choose the brands or suppliers that we would work with or founders. And here's the thing, I said no to 99.9% because I had a formula of how to find and sell winning brands, founders, and suppliers. And this formula is my category of one growth system I'm sharing with you today. But my bosses said there was the best person to understand buyer psychology they'd seen. But I felt like a failure because I was wasting my time and my years trapped making others millions rather than helping scale mission-driven business. Now, one day I talked to my dad, who was my first great mentor, and I shared this with him. I said, you know what, Dad, I feel like I've got this skill in buyer psychology and I want to be using it for good. I want to be using it to help mission-driven business scale. So he said, you've got to quit your job. I quit my job to become an impact innovator and figure out how mission-driven founders can build sustainable scale and their legacy. I became an impact innovator, innovating the world's first feel-good jeans brands. But then I hit a big struggle, how to build sustainable scale, because 50,000 experts who all told me that they could be that game change. But all I built was fragmented systems, and buyers didn't understand what made me a category of one. Now, the breakthrough I realized was, wow, I already know, as a founder, as a buyer, what people need. They need to understand your business from the buyer psychology point of view. So I ditched the fragmented systems and built my own system, changed everything. It took me from basically one of many to Impact Entrepreneur of the Year, selling in the best stores. And how I did it was I reverse engineered the formula of how buyers choose you and systemized it for first myself as a founder, and then I shared it with another founder who used it to scale from 2 to 4 million in 18 months. Since then, over 50 founders have used this system and they have been scaling in months, not years. So let's dive in to secret and step one. Everything here is a step-by-step implementation process. It's a secret and it's a step. So let's dive in. Category of one foundation, how to master becoming the only. If you are replaceable or one of many, your business is at risk. Here's what happens in uncertain times, which, our world is uncertain now. I don't think that's going to change. Do you? I think we live in permanently uncertain times. And here's what happens in those times. Buyers don't stop spending, they stop gambling. Lena, just jumping in, great question. You mentioned selling in stores. What about services not sold in stores? It's a great question. I'm going to share with you. So I first learned this system as a buyer selling products for stores. Then I realized that the system works for everybody, whether they're a coach, whether they're selling services. So the system I'm sharing with you today applies and works whether you make products, whether you make services, whether you're a coach, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a startup, or whether you're doing multiple seven figures. And I'm going to share with you case studies of people who are making products, people who are making services, and coaches using this system, the same system. Because what I realized, Lana, and everybody here, is that buyer psychology is universal. Every buyer wants to buy from a category of one business, no matter what you sell. Let me know. Basically, in an uncertain world, buyers stop gambling. That's what happens. Any buyer buying anything, they just want to know who is the one, right? That's it. Category of one companies transcend commodity and defy comparison. Clarity of why to choose you over anyone else. And as I said, I first, knew this myself as a buyer because I would choose the founder that was instantly clear on what made them a category of one. But then I realized it's the same for coaches, the same if you make services. You don't want to be in comparison land. You want to be the only one. So why is now so important for your mission-driven business? Because today, we are going through a really, really amazingly in a lifetime, once in the world opportunity in the history of the world. $84 trillion in wealth is being transferred from the older generation to the younger generation. 74 price. They value your purpose. People are choosing their purpose-driven founder now. Now, this is why I know you're brilliant and I know you're all irreplaceable, right? But becoming irreplaceable in a way that buyers understand, it's why it's so important right now, because you want all of those amazing people who care about purpose to be thinking of you and buying you before there are millions and millions of more entrepreneurs out there starting businesses. So you know you are replaceable when you hear this. I found something cheaper. I'll think about it. What makes you different from? Can I have a discount? Send me an email. And reversely, you know you're irreplaceable when you hear this. Where do I sign? I can't wait to get started. You're exactly what I've been looking for. My friends told me about you. My bosses love your offer. I feel like you were made just for me. That's when you're irreplaceable. And what you want to do, you might hear that from time to time. The key is to understand why that's happening and to build a system around it. This system I'm sharing with you today is it. So your category of one foundation using biopsychology, the framework is here to really go through a process to unlock for you what makes you irreplaceable, not just better. What makes you the obvious choice, not just the good option. What transformation do you deliver, not just features? And what's your authentic story, not just marketing copy? So I shared at the end, I will give you the opportunity to book a call with me. And that's what we do in this call. I help founders unlock this very opportunity for you straight away. The first time I meet anybody, that's what I care about, what makes you irreplaceable. Because when you're clear on that, everything changes. So let's look at Marie. Right? Marie and Jason, who have this awesome organic delicatessen outside of New York. They were doing like 2 million in revenue when we met, but they were completely replaceable. What they couldn't do was really have their team sell without them and explain to customers what made their offer and their service unique. So they couldn't scale without working more hours. Now, they were really skeptical when we met. They'd already spent years building their brand and they didn't have time or want to do a complete rebrand. And they were like, what if we lose our customers? Marie said, she's a very fierce woman. I tried the best coaches in the world before Sarah, and I'd been a buyer myself, but I hadn't been able to unlock my business's unique power as a category of one. Now, as soon as I met Marie on her call and she started asking me loads of questions, look, I have a good business, I just can't scale it. Like, what is it, the thing that makes me irreplaceable? What we do is we go through a process to unlock within you what makes you irreplaceable that's connected to your vision, your offer, and your story. Now, with Marie, we unlocked it's real food and things the French way, not just organic. As an example, so you might have whatever your service, your business, isn't like saying I'm a mission-driven business. It's getting really deep and precise on what makes you unique. And it's really talking about the clear transformation that you give to people. Like Marie, she'd say, I really care about delivering for people a really good service with really good food for real people so that they can come to me, get what they need, then go home at night and, relax and be with their loved ones. That was Marie's vision, her impact, her mission, her offer, and her story. That's what you want to do with your category of one, that alignment. Now, that first unlock, imagine the power of this for you. Just that enabled Marie to have this massive clarity in her business, and it enabled biopsychology, not better marketing and not more and more systems. Now, that first framework why it works. Marie and Jason, they didn't become better, they became incomparable. The transformation isn't about changing you, this transformation, which is a really important point. It's about unlocking and optimizing what buyers value the most about you. So in our Q&A yesterday, one of our founders was saying that she has a member society, an amazing services business where she has a member organization empowering people through teaching them a really unique skill. And when we unlocked her category of one, the difference that has made for her was she did a new launch of her membership and she has got 15 new members in 30 days. This is what we're talking about, the category you, not changing you. So that's your first step in building sustainable scale, in getting buy-in consistently from buyers as a mission-driven business. Your category of one foundation. Clear, everyone? Yeah? All good? Good. See lots of pens and paper? That's what we want to see. Amazing. Okay. Let's dive into step 2, shift 2. High impact offer framework. Now, my goal for you in this step is to master how to stop chasing sales and start attracting amazing new 6, 7, and one of her category of one and her offering. She's got so many amazing things happening. She's got investors who want to invest. I can't name the show, but she's going on a TV show for top founders, winning Impact Entrepreneur of the Year, right? Just through using these steps. So, high impact offer, what do I mean by that? The problem today, and a big reason why I quit the corporate world, I realized that buyers choose less than 1% of what they're shown, no matter what you do. So, think of all the coaches out there, think of all the service providers, think of all the products you can buy. You're scanning every day, wherever you're looking, you're scrolling, you're scanning, and you're just choosing the one that really stands out for you. The rest is overlooked and the rest is waste. And that is what broke my heart as a founder myself. Realizing that buyers choose one high impact offer rather than 10 average offers every time. Let that sink in. Buyers choose one high impact offer over 10 average offers every time. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by high impact offer. This doesn't mean you just need to sell one thing. It means you need to package up your entire business offering as a high impact offer. The first step we've already talked about and the impact that makes, category of one foundation. The next step is analyzing everything that you're doing in your business to get really, really clear on the products, the service, the systems that you're selling that really deliver value to buyers. So what most founders do, just do more. Spend their time convincing people to choose them, justifying their pricing, competing, chasing for attention, and wasting all that energy on following up. Following up is great, but basically when you have a high impact offer that makes sense to buyers, they buy.